Hey all, here OS Reviews. You're watching our hands-on review of the Lenovo HT10. These are TWS True Wireless Bluetooth earbuds, which retails for $60, sometimes goes on sale for $40. Now, in terms of the specifications, these have Qualcomm's aptX certification. It uses the latest Bluetooth 5.0 chip and claims to have a reception range of 20 meters, which is longer than previous Bluetooth earbuds that had 10 meters or so. So this thing will stay connected really well to your phone or tablet, even if you're further away. It lasts around 8 hours for the earbuds themselves, and also claims to have a form of noise reduction, not only for the microphone, but also for the music, which is kind of interesting. It's not really to the extent of active noise canceling, but there is an algorithm built on in that's using the microphones to pick up your ambient noise and then adjust the sound that you're listening to give you a slightly more optimized experience. Again, you shouldn't be expecting levels of ANC like a Bose Quiet Comfort line of headphones, but it is a little bit better than past editions of these TWS earbuds we've seen. Now, one feature it doesn't have, however, is built-in Qi wireless charging, like some of the other pairs we've been seeing recently. So you can't pop it onto a Qi charging mat, but overall, I think for the price, it still is a fair compromise. The battery case, by the way, can charge up the earbuds for about 4 times when you're on the road, giving you a combined battery life of around 40 hours or so. Accessories include spare silicone tips, and the charging cable, it uses micro USB, so it's not using USB Type-C either, which I would have preferred, so it seems like these are the areas that Lenovo cut a few corners in order to give you the latest chipsets inside at a low price. First impressions, the battery case is made out of a layer of soft touch rubber material, which makes it really grippy and comfortable to hold, so as a result they feel a little bit more nicely textured and easy to hold. The battery case, again, is a little bit larger than the aforementioned two, but it still is relatively easy to tuck away into your pockets. Definitely not the largest battery case that we've seen. The front features the Lenovo stamp. We have also LED indication lights that will glow and flash when the earbuds are being charged up. And on the back here, we simply have the micro USB port for charging, and that's it, a very clean design. These earbuds automatically turn on once you remove them from the case, and they are magnetic, so they will attach back into the case and automatically turn off and begin charging. And the LED lights on the battery case itself will also flash once when you put them in, but usually they're turned off. Otherwise, the earbuds themselves are definitely a little on the larger side because they have, again, that impressive 8-hour battery life compared to the typical 4 hours or under that you'll find out of smaller earbuds. They also have 3 pogo contact points for charging compared to the typical 2 that you'll find on, say, the Redmi AirDots, so they can charge up a little bit faster as a result of more power flowing into the earbuds themselves. But here's a quick size comparison with the aforementioned AirDots, so you can see it's a little bit bulkier as well, but they are relatively lightweight at 4.5 grams because it is made predominantly out of plastic. The teardrop shape here also acts as a physical button that you can press down on to play and pause your music, and to also skip tracks back and forth. It's actually made out of a textured, thin layer of aluminum, but it feels pretty good in terms of tactile sensation. With that being said, I do prefer touch-sensitive buttons usually on TWS earbuds because they're already inserted into your ears pretty tightly, so this applies a little bit more pressure whenever you're pressing down. Moving into audio quality and performance, the good thing is that they do sound very solid, especially with bass. It is something that's quite satisfying. If you're listening to bass-boosted tracks or EDM type music, you can definitely feel the thump in the lower frequencies. Mids and highs are also fairly well balanced and overall delivers a clean sound. The larger size of the earbuds also means that the drivers are a little larger than, say, on the Redmi AirDots. As a result, again, it can pack in a little bit more punch and volume. With that being said, one thing I did find is they're not completely silent in terms of not giving you any distortion at all. It's fine considering that they're Bluetooth and relatively inexpensive earbuds, but if you strain your ears and listen really closely, you can still hear a faint hiss in the background sometimes. Maybe that's part of the algorithm that they're using for the noise reduction. This algorithm that reduces some background noise is always turned on, and there's no way to actually turn it off, which means that I personally wouldn't think of this as necessarily hi-fi grade, just because it does have, again, a bit more distortion and noise if you listen really closely. But overall, as you start listening to music, it also doesn't really become an issue. Otherwise, the latency is very low, so indeed the latest Bluetooth Qualcomm chip is doing wonders in terms of helping the left and right channels stay synced perfectly even as you're playing and pausing a track really quickly on, say, YouTube or Spotify, or watching a movie on your phone or tablet. The audio and the video don't fall out of sync, so everything can still be enjoyed quite well. The microphones also do sound quite good for answering phone calls, certainly is above average. So again, using the built-in algorithm and Qualcomm's aptX and CSR, it's able to reduce a lot of the wind noises as you're walking around and making a phone call. So very good and stable connection with your phone that, in my testing, stays connected really well and pairs almost instantly once you remove them from the battery case. So that's more or less it as far as our hands-on review of the Lenovo HT10, Lenovo's first foray into the world of TWS wireless earbuds, and actually quite impressive considering the bargain price. The battery case feels really solid. The design is a little pedestrian. It doesn't really shout something that's too distinctive or different from anything we've seen before, and the earbuds themselves are a little bit on the bulky side. However, you do get longer battery life, and you also get above average bass. They do get quite impressive, especially if you're a bass head, you enjoy listening to, again, EDM or rock music. It's something that these will do really well in, and you'll feel the presence more than, say, on the Redmi AirDots or even the Apple AirPods. So if you're looking for something that's mainly used for commuting, especially if you constantly travel in buses or trains, somewhere where there's a bit more of added background noise that you're hoping to suppress, these are definitely going to be a step up compared to many of the other pairs we've seen, but definitely at the expense of slightly more added digital noise. So it's not going to give you the most pure or cleanest sound. However, it still is more than acceptable for the average consumer for enjoying music that works really consistently. So if you are interested, you can check out more details in the links down below. These have been the HT10.